She's a fierce female in a usually male-dominated industry. She's always called in when there's a mess to fix in business or some finessing to do in sales and strategy. Tanya Kunze has been in the sales game for the last 2 decades, and many corporates, big and small, have been her playground. Networking is her strongest selling point, and usually she's that busybody that's always on the go. But what exactly does she do?
Well, I always had an intrinsic passion for psychology and for understanding how the human mind worked and for developing people. And my talent proved to be in the sales space, so I moved into that arena. And then after my 23 years sales experience in that space, I started realizing that I was helping people then developing them, and that was where my passion lay, more than actually selling product. So I thought if I actually can help assist develop people, I would be able to grow infrastructure and industry. So then I decided to study coaching, and I started off with life coaching. And I realized that you can have life without business if you're in an environment where you are a housewife, but you can't have business without life. So then I studied the business coaching element of it. That helped me to understand why I was good in sales, because I realized there were techniques and methodologies based on psychology that I was using. I then also noticed that there were some scientific elements that came into it, and I realized that, salespeople are treated to wing it, and they're paid a minimal salary and asked to work to achieve a goal, but they don't often know how to get there. So I developed the sales coaching process, which I now take out to companies, and since 2011 I've been coaching and developing people to know how to sell so that they can better the company, themselves, their families and their futures. So I started my business coaching and my life coaching in 2011, but prior to that obviously had built up quite a lovely track record with my sales. And sales had been about 23 years. Now, even though I have a 23 years experience in sales, I can't become a professor of sales. I can't become accredited in sales from an NQF perspective. Unfortunately, there is nothing available at university. So my intention is to actually become a sales exclusive accredited course so that salespeople can start getting noticed in a university perspective and accredited for their ability.
For years, Kunze has thought of innovative ways to sell. Being the fairer sex sometimes has made it a little difficult to be taken seriously, but that's all changing.
Well, I must say, what I have found is that people often underestimate me, whether it's the fact that I'm a woman or the fact that I'm blonde, I'm not quite sure what it is. But then when I start working with them and I start interacting and engaging with them, there's respect that comes into that game. So I think the fact that one's got confidence and ability and belief in oneself, and I think it's self-worth, it's not ego. When you come in with self-worth and you believe you've got something to offer and you're coming from a place where you really and truly want to make a difference, people might have that initial judgment where they look at you and they go, oh, woman, or whatever it might be, but then they listen, and when you engage them and they buy into you, people buy people.